Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dental Diaries. This is a check-in. It is Sunday. I was going to do an episode yesterday, but of course, having 3 kids flying around the house really didn't allow any quiet time to sit down and just kind of do a review of the first week back to work. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about what that looked like. It was actually amazing. I absolutely loved stepping back into the practice. I loved seeing my team. Oh my gosh, it had been forever. Of course, there's that awkwardness when, you just want to fly in and hop on them. And we did, in fact, hug each other. And, as far as this minding social distance thing, it's hard when you love on your people and it's been forever. But we stepped into work. It was extremely, extremely busy. And I hope you can actually hear this podcast. I'm outside in the backyard and there's a lot of cars going by in the front, birds in the back. But I just had to find a space away from the kids. But anyway, it was busy at work. The first day back, super slammed, and all of that PPE. Oh my God, just trying to get adjusted to the N95 mask alone, just with the elastic bands on my head, and then the mask over, and then all of the gear. Oh my gosh, so hard to breathe. Yes. Also, sea legs, right? So coming back to dentistry when you haven't done it in a really long time. I mean, my gosh, dentistry is like riding a bike for sure, but doing it with all of the new PPE was definitely an adjustment for sure. Especially, I mean, I don't think people realize, when we have to seat a crown that's in the back of the mouth, number 15, and a small mouth with a big tongue, and it's a slippery, wet space, dark, fogging mirror, wet upside down and backwards. What the? It was such an adjustment for sure. But anyway, got it done. Of course, by Tuesday, no, actually, I'm sorry. I went back on Wednesday. So that was Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday was flying. Things were great. And by Friday, I mean, it was absolute perfection. The thing that was definitely hard for me was the new patients. We had several new patients. So where people were concerned with people coming back out, I don't know, Chicago's still underneath house, I was going to say arrest, whatever it's called. And really not supposed to leave, but so we didn't know if we would be filled. We didn't know if patients would actually come back. And we were packed, new patients coming in for cosmetic consultations, all of which actually signed on to do diagnostic tests that day. I had 3 veneer cases that proceeded forward and 1 Invisalign case. And that was all in 3 days of being back post-COVID. So if anyone's not back yet and they're afraid of what that looks like, it's been great for us. I'm sure it's variable depending on, where you are. And, but these are people that had found me either on Instagram or there's one that said they had been following me and looking at my website for 2 years before making the decision. And what's so fascinating is that I believe that the COVID time, having people have time to just sit back and think about things like their happiness, for instance, right? If their teeth have bothered them forever, that smile may be something that they have longed for forever, and they've just made that decision in that call, that's it, coming out, that they're going to give themselves that gift. And I know going back to the recession that we had many moons ago, my practice had its best year. So it's fascinating to me, the psychology behind it. But like I said, we were super busy, super long week. I was really, really excited for Friday because my body hurt. Not only was I exhausted from lack of oxygen and just working, it was so hot. We have a fireplace on the other side of my space, white hot is over on the other side and in front, and it's kind of separate. And there are French doors that close it. But I didn't realize they had the French doors open and the fireplace on because my team member over there gets really cold. I don't know how, because it was so hot. And I was so hot, sweating. My gloves were just filled with sweat. Practically, you know how that is when they're just stuck to you. And I had to run outside for fresh air. So that was that was interesting, but so excited when Friday came because it finally felt like a Friday. It was the first time in a long time where I was like, Friday, like awesome for the weekend. And I am so anxious for everything here to open up. Obviously massage places, I'm dying to go get a massage. Hair, oh my gosh, hair. And nails and Botox and all of that good stuff. So that's about 2 weeks away here now. But I can tell you that today definitely didn't feel like the social distancing thing because my son, Blake, was begging me to go to the beach. So I figured, well, Memorial Day weekend, I'm like, there are probably police officers down there kind of like manning it to see, just to make sure that, people, it's not like crazy crowded. But so we packed a lunch pail, and I figured too, I was like, hey, if the beach if we're not allowed on, we can always, there are huge parks down there and you can easily social distance and find a spot, to picnic. So we headed down and the beach was packed. I mean, for the most part, I think people were minding the space between each other. So 6 feet away, kind of pretty much, but yet kids are kids, right? So like kids are flying around, kind of playing with each other, the water, like, oh my gosh, people were definitely on top of each other. And I was just waiting for the police officers to come down with those big bullhorns, like, get off the beach, clear, because it was just not good if the COVID is still actively around. I don't know. I don't even understand anymore because I feel like when you're out in fresh air, like that there's no way, it can necessarily migrate through the air to the next human, but I think they've proven that differently. So I don't know, but we're back to it. And I think me being back to work, I already feel like I've stepped back into the real world having worked a week. So I'm like, this seems even weirder that people aren't back like I am. So it's been good. Memorial Day weekend, been working a lot, trying to get caught up. That was very, very, very difficult for me, stepping away from my soiree space where I was like head to the ground in creative, productive mode, pumping out content, like doing all of the things I love. That is my sweet spot. And, I didn't have a minute last week, which is why I built that business, which is why I can appreciate the fact that, with dentistry, you are in the mouse and there is no time. You look up and the entire day is gone and you get back and you're just trying to, eat and unwind. And for me, like I said, I went straight through again. I went right back to those bad habits. I tried to remember to drink water just because it was so hot. Typically I don't. But really, the eating was bad, the not drinking again, coming home exhausted, wanting to reach for that glass of wine, not tasting my coffee in the morning anymore, right? Running out the door with that. I promised myself I was going to kind of stay off of the Starbucks habit that I had prior to COVID. And it only took one soy latte and I was back not only in for the soy lattes, but I was ordering egg white bites, here and there and, woofing them down in between running. And it was just crazy. It's amazing how like an elastic band, you go right back to habits. And I'm going to continue to try to break them, especially once the gyms open. Oh my God. My plan is definitely to get to the gyms at 5 a.m. It's going to be interesting to see what gyms look like because I was there the day that they actually closed our gym, not realizing it was going to close that evening. And all of the machines at that point had been like closed off. Every other one was closed off. So if everyone is running to the gym in mass amounts of people, I don't know. I don't know if they close everyone off, like how everyone's going to get on and, everyone's wanting to get back to healthy. I know I sure am. I've been eating everything in sight, no real pattern. My kids are eating Cape Cod chips. I'm right there with them. So just enjoying the life as we should. And with it being Memorial Day weekend too, just taking it all in. We had our first, today was the most gorgeous day we have had in forever. All of the downtime, the home time we've had, it's been freezing cold, rainy a lot of the times, gray. And today, oh my gosh, we woke up and it was like 78 degrees. Sun was out, sunny. I'm still sitting outside, like I said, because it's just so stinking beautiful. Like it's so gorgeous. I cannot get enough of it out here. So my husband's golfing. They are allowed in golf. Like golf is allowed. Golf is considered essential. So, But that's what he does for his career. So he loves, golf is his jam. But when he gets home, we're going to do some grilling. Definitely maybe going to make some COVID-19s. That's his drink. We're still kind of, like I said, in that time frame right now. So have him whip up some of those and just enjoy the evening. It'll be nice to have tomorrow. Continue the weekend, although I have a few meetings. What was so interesting about this is that tomorrow is a holiday, so I'm not doing my boot camp because all of my boot campers absolutely need this downtime to relax, because all of them, like all of us, have basically worked through COVID, right? Like maybe we weren't in the office and we weren't doing teeth, but all of us were online doing Zooms and, CE, like education and all that stuff. So tomorrow, although I canceled that, I had a couple of meetings with people that scheduled that were just like, yeah, what time on Monday? And I'm like, really? Okay, it's a holiday, but sure, because I don't care. Like for me, I just want to keep moving. I want to get things done. So I have a couple of phone meetings happening tomorrow with people that are here. So I think with everyone being home, like I said, the weekends blurring into the weekends, holidays are just kind of just that blurring in as well. So I will be working tomorrow. We did just book our first trip. I'm so excited to Cape Cod. Our flights are booked for the week after 4th of July. Yay! It's interesting with the stipulations. You do have to wear masks on planes and all that stuff, but I'm so excited to get out of here. It's a shame. We go to Falmouth every year to the Cape. That's where I grew up in the summers. And there will be no, fireworks this year or anything like that. We'll obviously go over to the vineyard, but it'll be interesting, just different. Everything is so different. Definitely a new norm. But although I really shouldn't be taking the time off, just getting back to work, I feel like it's important. It's important for my kids. It's important for us just to keep that normalcy of like what we do. They'll be able to see their cousins. I'll be able to see my mom, and all of that's really important to us. So super excited that's going to be here before we know it. I'm just ready, like I said, to get on an airplane and get the heck out of here. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Just wanted to, like I said, hop in, do the check-in. I've got several amazing podcasts that have happened. I still have to launch. Amazing, amazing women. This has been so fun, so incredible. I've absolutely loved every single second of it. Just like, amazing women. And like I said, just amazing relationships being built. It's so, so good. So we're going to keep doing this. Even, like I said, stepping back in, we'll get more into a schedule where this, like I have been kept saying, it's just been super messy. I hop on when I want. I post when I want. We'll get into a routine where probably episodes will go out every Tuesday, something like that. And then I also will start doing show notes and all of that stuff. But for me, it was more just showing up, check-ins, posting the content, and just being here. So I want to thank you all for tuning in and listening. I appreciate you all. I would love, to hear your check-ins, your stories. Keep posting, keep sharing. The world wants to hear, what you have to say. So keep showing up, and thanks for listening and tuning in. All right. Have a great day.